Okay. Trying to figure this out. All right. So I want to run this. I'm sticking to it for 15 minutes at least. I don't know what's going on. Wi-Fi is not working out here, but this is something I've been wanting to do with a bobber for such a long time. I've been wanting to kind of just hang out with you guys, run through what I have done, any questions, comments, concerns, anything. I want to chat with you guys about it. So having technical difficulties trying to do this from my phone right now, but gonna wing it. I've done a live from my phone only once before, and I realized that I can't see the chat from it, so it kind of defeats the purpose for me, or is a bummer to me. But I have my computer out here trying to have it connect and have any chat so I can actually see what everyone's saying. But yeah, just want to hang out and run through the bike with you. If this live doesn't really work out well, I'll definitely do one in the future, because I am exactly a half an hour late. So but yeah, come hang out and chat. Um, cool. All right. Just test chatted it to see if it would work. So far, it does. But, oh, quite stressed about this. But, yeah. So, just found out that I've had this bike for... Also, is the audio working? So, just... Okay. Audio is working. So yeah, just realized that I've had this bike for 4.5 years. What's up, dude? Yeah, technical difficulties trying to figure this out, considering we don't have Wi-Fi in the bus yet, and we're trying to use it from the house. But yeah, just realized that I've had this bike for about 4.5, 5 years now, not quite 5. And I feel like I've done it quite different than most people. Most people want it kind of raced out, where I wanted it a little bit more, I don't know, chopper-esque. So, um, yeah, I feel like what I've done to the bike is quite simple to do. I wanted to make it as reliable as possible, and I feel like I've achieved that. Most of the parts are actually Triumph's factory options that you could get, and Only a few are not, but like the handlebars, the muffler delete, the taillights as a whole are pretty much the main things that are not Triumph. And then modified the seat bracket to have the seat down lower and a little bit further back. But my shock does not have the right weighted spring, so I have unfortunately bottomed out a couple times. I'm gonna order a new one this week and get that thrown on. Still running the cats with the British Customs muffler delete, and then just a lot of like the Triumph black accessories. One of my friends that worked at the dealership actually gave me those. And then yeah, got the TC bars, the window bars on. I was actually able to use all the stock cables and hoses. Just rerouted them underneath the tank to come out. I was able to get it to come out and then come up here. So super stoked. That don't have my little mirror on right here because I wanted to make it a little bit nicer, and then we had a terrible winter and the bike just sat under the cover. But then put this little sticker. I got a coffee shop here just to keep the cable from rubbing the tank. So you can see that it rubs triple trees, but I have the little protector on there. The Free Spirit fork caps, which I think have made a huge difference. Vinyl wrap, spider webs, custom, more vinyl wrap, and have a wolf tooth mountain bike frame. It's a pump bag for mountain biking from Wolf Tooth, which is a bicycle company, and it works perfect for just hooking anything that we need to it. And then actually don't have anything in it, but I think it works perfect because it doesn't ruin the lines of the bike. So, and then probably the thing that I'm most proud of with this bike is, well, the taillights, the bars, but I ended up making these fully plug and play. So I have a video, has the whole wiring diagram, parts that you need, everything from the company tool and everything. So these are completely plug and play. They have the internal turn signals, and yeah, stoked on it. Let's see. So then actually I did a 39 tooth rear sprocket. It's the only one in stock. I really wanted the black one, and this is really oxidized, but that will change in the future when I need a new chain. Scooted the rear end up 8 millimeters, and I personally really like the handling of this bike now. Ride back roads, I don't pin it to win it. And also it's just stock tuned. The only thing that's different in the performance of it is just the muffler delete. So it has plenty for me to just be a fun back road bike. But I don't know. Do you guys have any questions? On my phone, it won't do anything other than top fans. It won't do live chat, which is frustrating. But yeah. Also, another thing that I've thought about doing is, I don't know why the statement saddle has this like lip underneath of it. So there's a dude off of the Triumph Bobber forum, What up, Bob? Oh yeah, how's the weather down there? It's quite nice here. It's like mid-50s right now. A dude off the Bobber forum sent me some leather cream, which has really brought this seat back to life. I'm super stoked for it. That's insane that it's that warm down there. It has brought this back to life, but I've really been thinking about recovering this and shaving a notch out of here, kind of leveling it around due to the fact of clearance issues. But ordering the new rear spring for this rear shock will hopefully help have me not bottom out, which kind of sucks, but getting older, I have gained a little bit of weight. So let's see. Sorry, I'm trying to look at the live chat on my computer. I don't have turn signals on my bike, or I don't have front turn signals right now. I don't think you can see them in there, but when I ordered the taillights, they came with some resistors, and I just made full plug and play resistors that I tucked up in the frame underneath the tank, so I don't have front turn signals right now. But that is something that I do plan on ordering soon as well. I kind of want to mount them, I don't know, like the stock ones go here. There's some people that like have them mount out here, but I kind of want to see if I can mount them, I don't even know, like kind of down low, like Japanese style, or at least a lot of people in Japan seem to have that. You can also see that it's rusted, unfortunately, so I need to pull that off and paint it. But it's like the only rust on the bike other than the chain. I've seen the LED ones of those. There's one of my, I've seen them where they like wrap around right up here, where I don't know, I feel indifferent about those. The bike also has not had its spring cleaning. I have thought about doing those. My only issue is, see you, Bob. When you get back, let's ride. My only issue with those is I feel like they potentially kind of look cheap, so I don't necessarily want to do that. And I don't want to have any wires like going forwards of the head tube. So I really like it being minimal wiring here, which is why I'm kind of thinking about putting them along here somewhere, maybe even like attaching them to the radiator guard and scooting them forwards a little bit. I just don't know how far out I would have them to clear the forks. So still pondering to do that. Have a new clutch cable that I'm going to put on, need to do oil change. I'm going to plug this if I don't put the mirror back on. I've been thinking about trying to put the mirror over here somewhere, debating about making a bracket out here that has the mirror here so I can kind of just like look between my legs, because having it up here is basically just a blind spot mirror anyhow. One thing that I have thought about doing, which I don't think I'm going to while I'm putting this in and out of the bus, is, because it goes right in that door, but I kind of want to make this a suicide shifter bike, but I feel like I do too many miles on it. Maybe not last year, but normally do too many miles and don't know where I'm riding or the conditions to actually do that. I've taken this on way more gravel roads than I expected to. In upstate New York, I got this going up about a 20% grade hill. Literally, traction control was just flickering the whole time, and feet off, first gear barely making it up. So there's no way I would have been able to do that with a suicide shifter. But yeah. Also, once again, I'm really sorry that it took way longer to get live than I expected. Fortunately, the internet was not treating me well. So, let me know if you guys have any questions. I am also planning on riding this bike. I want to get this bike to 100,000 miles. I'm about to roll, I think I'm like a handful of miles away from 2,000 right now, or 20,000 right now. So I need to get more miles on here, but I'm gonna make a whole video of like where I've been for the last year, like why the channel has slowed down a lot, and I'm hoping to pick it back up a little bit. But essentially, family comes first, so I don't know. I'll make a video and I'll try to get that out in the next week or two, and explain like where I've been, but I am still riding, not quite as much as I want to or have been, but once again, family first. So yeah, keeping this around, doing some maintenance on it. I need to like the stator wires are known to leak on basically all the bikes because they come right out here and just run straight down to the bottom. And unfortunately, just every bike, not every bike, most bikes, they don't like seal it properly. My friend who runs the channel Life of Birch has a Honda Rebel 1100. One of our other friends had a Honda Rebel 1100, and I think even like one of his friends who had a 500, and also just like different Triumphs and Harleys and whatnot, just unfortunately leak oil depending on how what bike it is. It depends how much and where, and also not all of them leak. But trying to do as many miles as I want to do on this bike, and also with it going in the bus, I need it to not leak oil. I tried a fix by snipping the wires and then putting a like solder, one of the heat shrink connectors with solder in it to eliminate the oil from like running all the way through. That did not work. That just made it, unfortunately, the worst that it's ever been. So my friend and I just tried to run solder through it where I clip the cables, and it is not sealing it as well as I want it to. It's, I don't know, mediocre, but I have a lot more stuff, and I'm going to extend the wires so they go up and over, and I don't know, that's what I hear online that can fix it. I also need to get the wire crips that go into the connectors to do that. So it sits right under there. Can't see the screen, might be able to see it, but plan on doing that. So makes me feel like I don't know. Do have to admit that my second attempt at fixing that was not the smart. I wish I didn't cut the cables because I have another idea for the connectors, but live and you learn. But I'm not buying a new one of those anytime soon because it's like $800 or $900. So, also, another thing that I don't know why they did it on the bobbers, or really the 1200cc bikes, is I think this black cap looks so much better. It's off of the T100 900cc motor. And then on this side, this I really don't understand. Like, they have the cover here, but they have Triumph engraved inside of it. And I just ran headless grub screws in there. So it's completely sealed anyhow. But I just didn't want anything getting in and messing up the threads. So I ran some of those in there. I bent this mount. Did I make that? No. I just bent it so it shoots out the side. I don't remember what all I've done to this bike now that I've had it so long. And Montone fuel cap. Really like it. Did the Colt Van grips on here. Now the reason why I did these bars over any of the other, can't even think what they're called now, like bars like the stock ones but a little bit higher. The length of this grip and control I believe is 8 3/8 inches, where this one's only 8 1/8 or something. But this one, all those bars, this just barely went on the bend to the point that it would lock the throttle, which is why I ended up going with these, because these are 28 wide, where I think the stock bars are 31. But no bar end mirrors anymore. You definitely could. There's some room on the bins to scoot the controls in, buy one of them out as far as possible. Could always pop this plug out, put some mirrors on the inside. Like I said, still need to put a cap in there. But yeah, I love how this sits. I had a sport bike before this, and I always ran no mirrors on it. I bought a BMW S1000RR in 2012 when that was the first year that they came in all black, and I love all black bikes. Bought that. They made a factory race delete kit for it, which deleted, like, the turn signals were there, deleted the mirrors, had plugs for that, and then like underneath the tail it had just a completely clean delete plug for that, and there was a circle where the BMW logo should have gone, but I didn't have it. And then the tail light, I got a smoked one that had the turn signals and integrated in that, and I love that bike, and realized that I pay attention riding so much more when I don't have mirrors, because for some reason I have OCD of like looking at the mirrors so much. So yeah, I can't recommend it, but I definitely feel like it helps me and actually makes me feel more comfortable while riding. So also, if you do come through and check out my live, let me know if you enjoy it, because I can try to do more of these and make sure the next time it's not as much of a hassle in the beginning as today was. But yeah, my little bicycle top cap here. So ride, eat, sleep, and repeat. That's where the chain guard should be, which I don't have. Yeah. Öhlins suspension is what was on the BMW, so that's what I really wanted to go with on here. And I'm trying to, I've only found one rear spring that fits this shock that is potentially the same specs that this one is. So I need to order it. This is a 36 Newton meter tension spring, and I'm trying to order a 50, mainly because that's the lowest one that the company that I found has, but that seems to be the pretty average size or average spec for wait for it. Okay. Yeah, so hopefully you guys come back in. This is super cool. I have my phone app set to limit my YouTube time to 30 minutes. I didn't realize if I was live, it would actually just completely cut the live. So that's super cool. Someone just came in. I'm super bummed. Dinos. Yeah, if you guys want to come back, I am very sorry about that. Like I said, just trying to run this, trying to see how it works. So I know now to change that and not have that happen anymore. So now I see people popping up. Sorry, I have my YouTube app on my phone limited to 30 minutes to like remind me to take a break sometimes. And I didn't realize if I'm in a live that will just completely cut it off. So that's also something new that I'm learning, and I need to change that immediately. But I quickly set it to an hour, so I don't plan on being here for that much longer. But yeah, man, live and you learn. So let me know if you guys have any questions on my bike or whatnot. I'm trying to work with my computer and port internet to see the live chat, because I don't know how to get my phone to go from top fans to all live people trying to comment. So I don't know. I'm working with what we have. Let's see. What else? So for the seat bracket, what I did, you can see that the bolt is angled. So where the seat bracket lays flat on the frame underneath of here, I took a, bench sander, the thing that has the two grind wheels on each side, and I tried to make it as even as possible, so that way the piece that lays up against the bottom of my frame isn't just angled like this and only the, like where my fingernail is touching. I tried to angle it so that it's a nice flat surface under here to give the most security, just like it was factory. But I only did it enough that this bolt can still screw in, because I didn't want to not have this bolt, and I didn't want to have to like tap the threads or anything angled. But that's how I get my seat to lean as far back as it does. I also, when they still made it, I did buy one of the hooky brackets from Germany. It cost way more than it should have to get it shipped over here, but I got it on, and the seat was so angled back that the seat basically just like laid on the rear fender, and if you would like give it any throttle with this being as slick as it is. I felt like I was just going to slide right off the back. But also, like I said, I've already gone through it. I've dented my fender from the back of the seat so far. I have moved the seat a little bit further forwards, and that is, I don't know if you're going to be able to see it. I drilled holes in the seat bracket to originally move it 23 millimeters further back. Right now it's 11 millimeters further back than what it is stock without modifying it at all. So that's why you can see the big dent and then a smaller dent. So it still bottoms out, which is why I'm going with a stiffer spring. And honestly, like I've already said, is I plan on riding this bike 100,000 miles, which is my goal. Obviously going to be more, but I'm not hurrying to get there. I'm just enjoying every mile. I'm not trying to be a highway savage or anything. It's all back roads pretty much, and just want to enjoy those miles. So this bike is not going to be a garage queen. Not going to look like a garage queen because I actually ride it and just enjoy it. So also, I don't know why this is the finish, but yeah, it's got love on it. One thing that I have, like I kind of want to do, but the whole reliability issue is I do like how it looks to have cone filters on here and have the air boxes deleted, but I don't want to run lean. I don't want to get the bike tuned and also getting caught in the rain sometimes. I don't want to obviously have any issues with that, which is why I keep those on. But if you guys do have the air filters on, let me know what you guys think of them. Do you guys have your bike tuned? Do you not have your bike tuned? These pieces will come off. I don't know. I think it'll just look nice and sleek and you get to see the rear shock and everything. But I just really don't want to have any reliability issues, as well as I had my first car, my Volkswagen, tuned and ended up, obviously it's a completely different beast, but ended up having some stuff crack. What's up, man? How are you doing today? Had some issues with the car, had to replace some stuff. The BMW I never tuned, so I'm kind of just leaning towards not having to tune this and keeping it completely reliable. But, and then another thing I kind of want to do to this is this bike has tubes in the front and back. Hey, I'll focus on my hand. This bike has tubes in the front and back, which, being out on the road and clearly not being able to change a tube on this bike on the side of the road, is I want to kind of build the front into the 19-inch wheel. So the TFCs have a dual disc 19-inch front wheel, but that's such a rarity bike that you basically can't find those wheels, and they're super expensive even if you do. But I was thinking about rebuilding this wheel with a tubeless rim, considering most tires are tubeless ready, like these are, even though I'm running a tube. You can see the indent from the wooden wheel chalk that I had in the bus when we did our big trip. Kind of ate into the wheel, or ate into the tires, which sucked considering these were new at the time, but they also are definitely not new now and probably need to be replaced before long. But yeah, that's why I'm debating if it's worth me rebuilding this into a tubeless front wheel for a 19-inch first before I spend money to get new tires for this. I've been a bicycle mechanic and building wheels for, honestly, I've been building wheels since I was like 15, BMX wise. If you guys have seen in my cycling videos on this channel, I ride a fixed gear, and those wheels that are on that bike have like 19,000 miles on them now, and I choose to only ride the wheels that I built. I don't like buying pre-built wheels. This is actually the only thing that has pre-built wheels that I cruise around on. But I think I can build this wheel into a 19, which is why I'm thinking about just doing that. Yeah. I don't know. Do you guys have any questions? Actually, I used a rear reflector bracket and just made a piece of metal, and that's my tag bracket. No light. Haven't had an issue with that at all. So I'm gonna, that's awesome. I would be really interested in knowing what the spacing and everything is, because a lot of the other Triumph front wheels that are dual disc don't fit because of the hub width / where the disc brakes will line up with the brake mounts. So I don't know if people have been slightly lazy on adapting them, or if they truly just don't fit. As far as I know, only the TFC front wheels are co-compatible with this is a 2018 bobber black, so it's the first year of the fat front wheel. I think it's 2021 or 2022. All the bobbers changed to this, and they got rid of the single disc 19-inch front wheel from 2017 to 2020 or 21. But yeah, I really want to try a 19-inch front wheel. I think it would kind of give it a cool look, potentially handle better, I don't know, for riding backwards mostly. But if you have a ton of 19-inch front wheels, I would love to try to figure out the spacing and see if that actually works. And also, if you have a fork stand, you can always come over and we can nerd out and see if any of them fit. So yeah, reflector bracket with a custom piece of just metal I bent up to make a tag bracket. I made this all in one piece, and then one day I got home and like right in the crevice, it literally had snapped off and was dangling by like millimeters. I almost lost my tag. So I put this back on because this one has never failed. No spacers nor... Well, in that case, I need to go over to the computer to try to see what the rest of the comment was. My computer is not working. Okay. Yeah, if you have those wheels, and I can try to get some measurements on my wheel and text you those, see if they're anywhere close. If they are, if you don't mind me borrowing one or a couple wheels or whatever the closest ones or one is, I would definitely love to try to figure that out. That would be super sweet and amazing if you let me borrow them and or buy them from you. Back to this. So yeah, I'm gonna try to make a different tag bracket in the future. My friend Birch has a old like Honda Navi tag bracket, and well, how about I'll borrow it next fall and then I'll just let the bike be parked for the winter with it on. What was I gonna say? Oh, he has a Navi tag bracket that I'm gonna try to figure out how to fit on here. Might mount it by the axle, I don't know. Or just mount it with this bolt again. Yeah. Let's see. Run another like 5-10 minutes and then probably call it. So another huge thing is if you guys ever do tall bars on the bobber, even if you don't do tall bars on the bobber, please do this stiff bushings in the triple tree to get that all nice and stiff. Even before I did the tall bars, like my stock ones just like were wearing out. So I don't know why they did bushing. I mean, I understand that they did bushings to try to relieve some of the bar vibration, but I would not have done that if I was them. But yeah, do the stiff ones. They're much better. So highly recommend that. One thing that I have wanted to do is I wanted to relocate my tack. I've seen some people make mounts down here for them, and the symmetry of the bike kind of bothers me with that. Like, I like having the exhaust run even, the tag on this side with the disc brake kind of even out with the drivetrain on this side, which like clearly you have to have a drivetrain and a disc brake, but that kind of makes me happy even-ish with that. Bag on this side just because I don't want it in the chain, and the horn on this side kind of makes it uneven now that I think about it. But what was I saying? Oh, I don't want the Speedo over there to have just everything on this side, and I don't want it on the driver, or on the driver's side, on the drive side, because this tends to be the side that you'll take photos from. So I try to do good at taking photos of both sides. So yeah, my computer has decided to leave the chat, so I literally have no idea what anyone is saying. If I don't see it on, unfortunately on my phone, it's only showing me top chats, I believe, and they only show up for like 3 seconds, so I have to try to read it. To answer back, my computer is not connected to the Wi-Fi extender, and it's not working, so trying to see what I can on the screen before it goes away, which is another reason why I don't have it, the camera pointed at me, so I can focus on the screen and see any that pop up. But neighbors have some music going, so also I don't want to have any issues with copyrights or anything of that, so probably cut it. And once this gets to 45 minutes, so 2 more minutes, if you guys have any questions, let me know. Try to run through them. But do plan on doing more lives. Kind of have a plan of riding to somewhere and just hanging out, and probably going live from wherever I am, as well as having more meetup rides. Just most of my riding is, oh, the computer's in the way. Most of my riding is spontaneous, and trying to plan stuff works as best as it can, but I still can't always plan out all my rides, with me being mostly a stay-at-home dad. So yeah. But yeah, I do want to do meetup rides. I am hosting DGR in Annapolis this year. Found out that my local Triumph dealer is basically now a full British dealer. They used to be Indian, and feels more personal when I'm talking to the screen. My local dealer, Chesapeake Cycles, used to be mainly a Indian dealer, partly or also like half a Triumph dealer, but just in November, they are fully a Triumph dealer now. They have Royal Enfields and 0 e-bikes and a, can't think what it's called, the little scooter things. My wife really wants one. Come on, man. My wife really wants one. Vespa, that's what it is. They have Vespas now, but essentially they're all Italian now, which is super cool. I've talked to them. They are willing to partner with me, and that is where the Annapolis DGR is going to start and potentially end, see what they want to do, try to have a kind of a little before party, but a after party potentially, and then maybe go ride some back roads too. I've mapped out the route. I'm super stoked on it. It's going to be nice. It's going to get in the back roads first, so we should all be together, and then it's going to loop around and then kind of like lollipop back past the shop, and we ride all through downtown Annapolis down to the water. They're doing construction down there. It's where it started last year, but construction is probably still going to be going on, so it's going to probably be just like a loop through Annapolis, up Main Street, West Street, and then either ending it at the shop or maybe somewhere else, also close to 50. So people who come have a nice, easy way of getting in and out. But planning that out, yeah, I don't know. If you guys want to do that, I don't know when it actually goes live for everyone to sign up, but I am doing background stuff for that now. So yeah, it'll be hopefully all nice and set for you guys if you want to join. So also, those of you who have watched my videos and know I like taking photographs, my camera is finally fixed. I was trying to be a cool dad and uncle and let the kids take pictures with my Fuji, and they broke the shutter button on it, so I had to get that replaced, which was like half of just buying a new camera. So it sucked, but it is all good now. Apparently when you like you do the half like focus, essentially just like the spring in it is super sensitive. Apparently I didn't realize until mine broke that it's kind of not, could be seen as a flaw compared to other cameras, but like you have a Canon, right? I'm pretty sure it's a Canon, not a Sony, but like those are workhorses and are designed to be a lot more durable, where Fuji is kind of a little bit more, yeah, Canon, okay. They're designed to be, or Fujis are not a hobbyist, but like a fragile camera, I guess. They have fragile shutters, and essentially I was letting them each take pictures. I was explaining like, figure out what you want to take a picture of, click it halfway, focus it, and then press it all the way. But sometimes they wouldn't notice that I have the X-S10. I only can remember that because I like the Chevy S10s. But yeah, it's like obsolete. I think they're on the XS30 now, maybe. But yeah, was letting them take pictures, and essentially they already took the picture but didn't think that it went, so they like really like finger pressed and broke the spring in it. So to take a picture, like I would have to kind of like maybe 1 out of 20 would actually take the picture, maybe 5 out of 20 like I could sit there and have it press all the way down, like wiggle my finger around and it would take it, and then like most of the time it just wouldn't take any pictures, and it really sucked because I love that camera and I couldn't use it. So yeah, I don't know, it's fixed now. The camera new was $1,000, and to get the shutter fixed is $1,000, or no, $500. So that really sucked, but it is fixed. I don't know. Yeah, I've taken a couple pictures with 13 pocket. Heck yeah. I'm excited to see that video. I've shot with a couple people's, or like, I've shot one Canon R5 or R3 or something. She has a super fancy setup, and that is just super robust, as well as one of my other friends had a some sort of Nikon, and I'll just talk to the camera. Had some kind of a Nikon, and yeah, just seemed like the Nokia phone of cameras, and my Fuji is definitely not. So it's super fragile, and yeah, just trying to take care of it now and not letting anyone take pictures with it besides myself. But yeah, also it's wild with how fast technology is going now. Basically all the stuff that I use is quote unquote outdated. So I love Fuji cameras. Would I buy another one? Yes. Would I buy the same model that I have? I don't know. That's just because of actually using it now. Because of using it now, I don't use it. Workhorse, 90 minutes. The Fuji cameras I have now, I had it planned to be a video and photography camera, and doing video on it is so much harder than I thought, with me just doing everything by, like, no gimbal or anything, just doing everything by hand. So like I don't like the shakiness of it, but I'm trying to figure out the settings and how I can get it as best as possible. And yeah, I would get probably a more photo oriented Fuji camera now, and also get one that is more waterproof-esque. Like I don't plan on it getting wet or submerged really, but like if I'm riding it caught in the rain and my water resistant or waterproof bags leak by chance, I don't want it to damage the camera, the X-S10 that I have is not waterproof or water resistant. The lens is though. All the lenses I have for it are, but I've seen people try to, yes, it has IBIS. Okay, I'm gonna run back through all these because your long messages, by the time I get towards the bottom, go out. The reason why I bought the X-S10 is because it did have IBIS, and the screen flipped around and then also to the front, so like I could vlog with it. But the fixed lenses that I have are too close that I don't like how it actually looks. So like it's like way too close. So I don't use it for that anymore. And was it the XT30? I think would be what I would have gotten at the time, but it did not have IBIS, and I'm happy I didn't get that one. But now I think it's the XE5, which is a little bit more, yeah. So like, all of them are not full frame, with a crop filter, crop sensors. Was it? I have two 35s. I have a family day planned after this, so aiming to only go until noon. Actually, I am gonna get out and do a quick loop because I've only ridden the bike once this year, which is sad. So you're gonna say, I have 3 lenses, 2 of them are 35s, and the last one is a 41. Sorry, those are the equivalents. They are 23 and 37 since it's a crop lens or crop sensor. Ugh. So, yeah. I don't know. Cameras, you can completely nerd out on. I am down to do that, as well as we do need to go for a ride. I want to make it over there. Like, one of my last rides I did last year was to Point of Rock, which was okay. I ended up going over into Virginia, West Virginia, and like riding around a little bit, and it was super fun over there. But we should definitely meet up and go for a ride sometime soon. So I want to get out and do more like full days on it. And I don't remember if you were here when I said it, but like I plan on doing a video soon talking about essentially why I've gone from like every week to now, like it's been like 2 months since I posted a video, minus that our winter sucked here in Maryland. But yeah, like I'm gonna make a video on that, let everyone know my mindset and everything. This bike videos here are still happening, just are going to be slower for a few years, but still keeping us around and documenting when I go places, when I go places with my friends, and yeah, just have it more vloggy rather than the fact that I suck at editing, that the videos aren't going to be like mini little like feature films. So it's going to be more raw, a lot of just like good road hunting, so aiming to try to find like good fun roads and just doing like maybe a lap or two up back and forth and just having a run complete of that road, which is really what I like doing. And also one thing, let me know what you guys think too, is I started riding with a chest mount. Thank you, man. I really appreciate that. I want to try to make, I really want to try to make everything feel as like one with a bike, one riding. Someone on a motorcycle about to go past, and they are on a bagger Harley. Okay, so that's my question. Do you guys like the chest mount or the helmet cam? I am in between, because with with me being as tall as I am and on the bike, I'll try to set up my phone and see if I can sit on the bike and show you. But when I have the camera on my face, I feel like it's too like sport bike, kind of like bubbled out. Like you have your camera on like the side of your helmet, so I feel like it moves it back just a hair. But like having it on my helmet on the front, I feel like I don't know. the framing of it, I feel like makes it kind of bubbly and not as like linear as I like. The chest mount, I really like by far, I think my favorite videos to watch and just kind of like zone out / zone into are lane splits, like Sun's videos. I absolutely love his shovel head, and like, I don't know, maybe you'll see where it's going, but I love his shovel head and how he has it built, and I really liked his chest mount, just like back road run, like text, like if he did any sharing information or anything, it was all through text and then just like exhaust audio, and I really like those. And he actually recently went to a DJI camera but has it on his helmet, and I personally, I don't like it as much. I still watch them, but I don't like it as much. But in the summer, I think that I will have a lot more chest mount videos, but in the winter, while I still need to layer up, or I guess it's spring now, but when I need to have too many layers on for my chest mount, I'll do helmet mount, as well as I'm not going to take the helmet mount or the mount off my helmet anymore, so I can flip it back and forth whenever I want. But I think I'm about to cut this one here. I promise I will have a video out in the next week or two, which is kind of like summarizing, maybe have some drone footage, try to take one and have it follow me around a little bit towards the end of it or something. But I don't know. I do need to be a little bit more consistent with this channel. I went from every week for years to, I don't know, every couple months, and I feel like for the community that I wanted to build on this channel, I don't feel like that's fair to you guys. I need to get back on it, and yeah. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this live. Once I finally figured it out and got it going, ran through most of the things with the bike, potentially everything. If you guys have any questions, let me know down below and I will get back to you. There's a, I think it's now like 2023, like bike build, like what my bike is for that year. It's honestly pretty much the same thing as that 3 years later. I feel like install videos don't really work for me because I love my bike. This is how I wanted it to be. This is how it is. All I'm doing is oil changes, tires, and fuel and going. So I like just getting stuff completed and just completely enjoying it. Like I said, have ridden way more gravel on this bike than I ever expected to already, and I know there's gonna be more. Eventually want to do some bike camping on it, have a couple different bags. A lot of them, like I showed you already, are bike bags, but my what's it, SW Motone, I don't even remember I don't even remember where the tank bag is. Little tank bag, you'll see in pictures, you'll see in a lot more videos. Absolutely love it. Magnetic, fits the bike perfect. Go check out my review video on it because I think it's hilarious. You get my dry sense of humor too. Yeah, let me know down below any questions you guys have. We'll be doing more lives, tons to come in the future, as well as us finally getting in the bus. Some work to do, but hopefully being in the Northeast later this year and getting at least one or more rides on this up there. Yeah, don't forget to like this video or like this live, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.